Hello everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and we are continuing our coverage of Oracle 23 AI free database. I already have shown you how to get this database installed locally on your system in a very easy to follow video, and I will drop the link to it in the first comment. In this video though, we are starting to see different features of this Oracle 23 AI. As I said earlier in my other video, Oracle has packed this 23 AI with AI features. They have introduced around 300 features over the course of last couple of months, and we are going to look at one of them that is called as vector search. I will be giving you a hands-on step-by-step demo. So we are going to install this database locally. Then we are going to create all the stuff. We are going to download the data, and then I will show you how this vector search works natively in this database. If you don't know what is vector search, what is vector embedding, then let me give you a very quick overview. If you have ever used any model, let's say for chat, what happens is that you give your text prompt or text question to that chat or to that model, for example ChatGPT or Meta Llama. Now models don't understand your text, they understand only numerical values. The way we convert our text into numerical values is called as embeddings or vectors. So these numerical representations of our text is called as embeddings or vectors. There are special models which are used to do this, and these are called as embedding models. Oracle has created their own embedding model, which I will also show you how you can download and use, and I will share the whole code with you, so don't worry. Now, you know what is vector, now you know what is embedding model. Normally what happens is that in other areas, we have a specialized database to store these embeddings or vectors. What Oracle database has done in this 23 AI, you don't have to install a separate database. You can still use the existing relational Oracle database to store your vectors in the tables. And that is, I'm going to show you how you can do it quite easily. So this Oracle's vector search makes it so easy to not only store these vectors but also to translate semantic similarity of objects as perceived by the humans into a proximity of vector space. And this vector space usually has thousands of dimensions, and these vector embeddings are a way of representing almost any kind of data. It could be text, it could be image, audio, video, users, music, and the list goes on and on and on. Okay, so enough talk, let's see a hands-on demo. First we are going to install this, and before I do that, let me give a huge shout out to Massed Compute who are sponsoring the VM and GPU for this video. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable prices, I will drop the link to their website in video's description. I'm also going to give you a coupon code of 50% discount on a range of GPUs. So this is my Ubuntu system and I am in a virtual environment. I would highly suggest that you do the same. I will be using Docker to run it, so make sure you have a latest or recent version of Docker installed. And if you don't know how to do it, please search my channel. I already have done a video around it. First step, let's pull Docker image for Oracle's container registry. I already have it on my system, so you see it's very quick, but make sure that you have around 10 GB of space because it is quite a big image, as you can see on your screen. Next up, we need to run the container with this image. For that, I'm just going to run this docker run command, and you can see that it has started it. So if I do something like docker ps-a, so we have our Docker container running. And if you look at this command, all we are doing, this is our container name. These are the ports, the default Oracle port. We are also enabling internet connectivity. And then this is a password for the database. And this is the name of the database too. And then this is the image which we are using. So our Docker container is running. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clear the screen here, and then I'm just going to first download the model and then a file which we will be populating our database. Now you can, if you have the internet connectivity from your container, you can do it in the container, but I don't have it, so I'm just going it in my host system, local system. Sorry, not this command. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to create a local directory here. Let me call it my model. In this directory, I am going to download my model, which is in the ONNX format. So this is a zip file provided by Oracle. And as I said, I will give you all the commands, so don't worry about it. And it has downloaded it. Now let's keep it there. Let's also download our data file. So for data file, what I have done is I have gone into Hugging Face, and this is a data set for heart diseases. This is what I'm going to create the vectors on. And so what I have done is I am downloading this from Hugging Face. You can download your own data, your own data set, doesn't matter really. Okay, so I'm just going to download it with wget, and then I'm going to rename the file. So both files are downloaded. Let me show you. So one is zip file, which contains our model. So I'm going to unzip it. Let me quickly do it quietly so that it doesn't populate my screen. Shouldn't take too long. That is done. Let me now do ls. There you go. So we have our model now, and we have our this heart.csv. So I am going to move both of these files to my Docker container, and I will be using this Docker command with cp. So I just moved my model first, and then let me also move that heart.csv file to my Docker container, and that is also done. Now let's log into that Docker container with the docker exec command, and that is done. Let me create a directory here. I'll just call it my model, because if you see at the Docker's root here in the home directory, I already have these models and hard.csv copied to Docker container. I'm just going to move it to my model directory within the Docker container. It will be easier to keep it separate. And if I now cd to my model directory in the Docker container, you should be able to see both of these files there. So our model is on our container, our heart.csv is on our container. Let's now connect to SQL Plus on this container. So it is running all good. Let's create a user so that that user should be able to access the model. And now I'm just going to use the Oracle's usual command to create the model. So sorry, to create the user here. And then I have granted it some permission, and then I have created this directory. It's an object in Oracle database, which is primarily pointing to this directory on my container. And then I have also given the rights to read and write to the user. So both are done, which is good. Let's load our model, which is our all mini LM model. So this command is going to load the model from this model directory into our database. This is a file name, and this is a directory where it is picking the model name. There you go. And now if you want to test if it is there or not, there is a SQL query command, which you can simply use to check out the embedding model. There you go. So from user underscore mining underscore models, this is the model which is already there. How good is that? Okay, and if you want to see how the embeddings work, in this case, simply do vector embeddings, built-in function. And if I go up here, a lot of embeddings there. So you see, I have just asked it to convert this hello into embeddings as data as my vector, and these are the embeddings for it. And these are just the shapes, so don't worry about it. So it means that our embedding model is working. This is sort of a quick test. Okay, now let's load our data from that CSV file. Oracle provides us a feature called as external table, which we can use to which we can use to populate our CSV file into Oracle database. So okay, so I have just pasted the command. Let me show you what is happening. This command simply drops the table if it already is there. If it wasn't there, so we are good. Next, I'm creating this table, which is external table. These are all the columns here, and if you go to this data set, it matches with that data set. So if I go to viewer here, these are all the columns in this data set which I have used as column name here. And then this is Oracle syntax, which is again maps all the column names, and then this is loading it. This is the log file if anything fails, and discarded ones records go there. And then these are the mapping here from CSV. It is comma delimited, and this is the location of file, which is heart.csv, and I'm running it in from the local directory, so I don't have to give the full path because it doesn't accept the full path of the file. And you can see that our table, external table, is created now. If you want to see what this table looks like, you can simply describe it. There you go. So you see these are the columns, they should be matching with that data set, so all good. Now we want to store the embedding in place, so I will just add another column to this table for embedding. So I'm just calling it patient vector. There you go. So if you want to see how the column looks like now in the table, there you go, and look at its data type, which is now a vector. It's a new data type in Oracle 23 AI. Now, one of the coolest thing which I really love about is that you can create the embeddings of the table in place in this column. So what I'm doing here is I'm updating the same heart disease data table, and then I'm specifying this new column. I'm using vector embedding column, and then I'm concatenating all the data here and then generating the embedding on top of it and then running it. This is going to take some time because and it will depend upon your data size. So you see it has done it in all the 918 rows within a jiffy. And now our vector embeddings are there. Now you can simply run your queries on it. So for example, if you want to search for patients with similar characteristics to patient with high cholesterol and high blood pressure, let me show you the query which you can use. Let me paste it here. Let me just press enter a few times so that we have space. Okay, so let me explain what is happening here. So this is what we want to search: patient with high cholesterol and high blood pressure. Then we are just doing some formatting. This is our select query where we are doing the vector distance. So this is another function which is supplied by Oracle with a vector embedding, and then it is giving us the data back. Let me run it. So and we are just returning first 5 rows. So you see it has returned as the 5 patients with similar characteristic with high cholesterol. Similarly, for example, you want to search for patients with chest pain and highest heart rate, something like that. So let me also show you that query. So I'm just going to paste it here. If I go up again, I have just given it patient with chest pain and high heart rate, columns, query, and then when I run it, it is going to give me that similar data. So this is what the beauty of is this, that if you are a SQL developer, PL SQL developer, and you just know these sort of queries, and there are millions of developers there, they don't have to learn any new language. Once you have created the embeddings of the data and you are aware of how embedding model works, like we have done here, you can download the data, you can use the power of AI combined with your SQL expertise, and there you go. Now just imagine, world over, we have all the enterprises, all the Fortune 500 and all those companies, they use Oracle database one way or another. Now all you need to do is to point this to your data and then create the embedding, use the power of AI to unlock all of this intelligence. Now, of course, one, I would highly recommend to upgrade to 23 AI. But if you haven't, even maybe you could just create some sort of DB links between your databases, and on the basis of those DB links, you can fetch the data and then use it like this. So there are ways of doing it, and of course, I mean, if you have any particular use case, happy to do the consultancy. Now, but you can imagine that your imagination should be limitless here. So with the help of this 23 AI, I believe what Oracle is doing, it is bringing in this AI without much changes into existing databases, which is a huge thing in my opinion. I will be covering this Oracle database 23 AI more in the coming video, so stay tuned. I hope that you enjoyed it. Before I let you go, I also want you to introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are AgentQL. AgentQL is a query language that turns any web page into a data source. With its Python SDK and live debugging tool, you can scrape and interact with web content. AgentQL works on any page, it is resilient, it is reusable, and it structures the output according to the shape of your query. As I promised, I will be giving you the whole code so that you can copy paste. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please do me a favor and share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.